Hey there, and welcome to the Whole Tip Daily. If your sweet, innocent soul thought that things were ever going back to normal, buckle up, you're in for a bumpy ride. The new normal is here to stay thanks to the Great Reset, brought to you by the World Economic Forum. On thegreatreset.com, it explains why we need to reset. Well, the pause during lockdowns created by the pandemic will result in a 7% decrease in global emissions in 2020. The UN states we need a decrease of 7.6% every year until 2030 to avoid climate and ecological disaster. This means we need to maintain the same decrease every year as if we were living in lockdown. The challenge is that as we emerge from the pandemic, the pressure to go back to business as usual will intensify. But people don't want to go back. I want to go back. Don't you want to go back? Says only 23% of the UK public believe following lockdown, advertising should encourage people to consume, shop, and fly like before lockdown. 77% believe it is the industry's responsibility to encourage people to behave more sustainably like during lockdown. Right now, we have a small window of opportunity to reset and shape the future we want. So on November 2019, the UN posted on their website that, we need a steady 7% decrease every year for the next decade. They posted that only a month after Event 201. What a strange coincidence. The human Q-tip, Klaus Schwab, is the founder of the World Economic Forum. He's thrilled about the C word and lockdowns. He said it's an opportunity to reflect, reimagine, and reset our world. Yeah, try telling that to the millions of people that died from starvation because of the lockdowns. The World Economics Forum website is not shy when it comes to the topic of the Great Reset. They have countless articles and videos about it. Today, I'll go over Now is the Time for a Great Reset, which talks about the agenda's three main components. 1. Fair outcomes. Governments should implement long overdue reforms that promote more equitable outcomes. Depending on the country, may include changes to wealth taxes, the withdrawal of fossil fuel subsidies, and new rules governing intellectual property, trade, and competition. Hey, Kamala likes to talk about equity. And what are they talking about intellectual property for? Well, this video posted by the WEF, around minute 10, they start talking about getting access to our thoughts and feelings. Here come the thought police. 2. Ensure that investments advance shared goals, such as equality and sustainability. It reads that the large-scale spending programs that governments are implementing represent a major opportunity for progress. Rather than using these funds, as well as investments from private entities and pension funds to fill cracks in the old system, we should use them to create a new one that is more resilient, equitable, and sustainable in the long run. This means, for example, building green urban infrastructure and creating incentives for industries to improve their track record on environmental, social, and governance metrics. So every aspect of our lives will be under the bidding of the WEF and governments, along with big corporations. 3rd is the 4th Industrial Revolution. What is it? You're on their website. It describes it as the advent of cyber-physical systems involving entirely new capabilities for people and machines. The 4th Industrial Revolution represents entirely new ways in which technology becomes embedded within our societies and even our human bodies. A huge chunk of us will be replaced by robots. Governments will gain new technological powers to increase their control over populations based on pervasive surveillance systems and the ability to control digital infrastructure. We will change not only what we do, but also who we are. It will affect our identity and all the issues associated with it. Our sense of privacy, our notions of ownership, our consumption patterns, the time we devote to work and leisure, and how we develop our careers, cultivate our skills, meet people, and nurture relationships. So, what it means to be human. I don't remember the population ever agreeing to living in a socially distanced dystopia until we're all replaced by robots, or putting Mr. Thumb in charge of every aspect of our lives. All I know is it's time to push back. Even if you're worried about the C word, come on. I mean, if this is how we're going to live our lives, is humanity really worth saving? Wouldn't you rather die free than live enslaved? Till next time, my peeps.